Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Vince-Vell Customs. I'm going to show you how I make generic bases. Sometimes I get my hands on broken pieces, sometimes I get my hands on defective pieces, and in this case I have a defective canny aspen base here. Supposedly when you put the statues on here they were breaking, so I got my hands on a couple of these defective ones. All this here you can utilize for other stuff that I might come across, but this stuff is very brittle, and basically I'll show you how brittle it is. You can just snap that and it comes right off. I hardly even put any effort into that. So what you want to do now is I smashed out all this. It took a while. I actually have a couple of these, and I did crack the base because it is hollow, but you can put it back together. Basically I just want the oval piece. You can utilize this. So as you can see here, I utilized the piece, got it all, because this was all gapped in here and everything, so I filled this in with Avis. Now I didn't waste Avis filling this in right away. When I sculpt at night, I make up a bunch of Avis, and sometimes I have extra, and instead of just taking it and throwing it in the trash, I like to have pieces around me that it could be filled, gapped, any kind of thing. So basically tonight I made up some stuff I sculpted, but I have this much Avis left. So as you can see, this is a cinder block from the Sideshow Rogue statues, and I have a couple of these because I did a lot of customs on them and they were basically useless. So what I did is I smashed them all up with a hammer. Of course you could wrap it up in a towel or something, because when you smash these things, pieces fly everywhere, so you don't want to smash it near, anything that might get hit. You don't want these pieces done in a driveway, because you don't want anything to get bedded into a tire if you run over it or all that stuff. So basically what I do is take pieces like this, just have some fun with it. It's basically just, kind of like my signature base type thing. I like to reuse pieces. So what I'll do is, just as a thing, I'll take my Avis, throw it right here, and I might go find some smaller pieces, maybe some flatter ones, and just kind of like smoosh it onto there. Have a little fun, because I like the character standing over like stuff that's been all destroyed, and then if for some odd reason I wanted to give a little bit of a growl, just kind of smoosh up the Avis a little. But of course I'll be building onto it. It's just a way of reusing pieces so you don't waste stuff. It's also a way of, the Avis doesn't go to trash, because there's nothing worse than spending $45 on a pound of this stuff, and you mix up a batch, you patch up a statue, and you're sitting on a whole bunch of it just being wasted. So at least with this, I'm doing something with them. So it's a little fun. It's, you might not like this type of stuff. You might have something else you might want to do. But as you can see, that just kind of sits there. And what we'll do is we'll get in a little bit closer here. So as you can see, it starts to form together. Maybe the bigger pieces I might throw in the back, because the female's going to be standing up here and facing this way. So, as it gets built up and as I use it, you'll see pieces like that. And it just keeps building up. But it's just something I do at night, just so I don't waste stuff. I mean, of course, if I had a project where these were going to be used for something, I wouldn't smash them, but I had so many of them, figured I'd smash it all up. So this is how I make generic bases, how I utilize extra pieces. As you can see, sanded it all up. And that's pretty much what I do. What we'll do is we'll hold on to this video for a while, and maybe in a couple weeks as I build this up each little bit night by night, you'll see how it comes together. Hey guys, we're back. It's another night. Been about a few hours. Here is some Avis that I was using to sculpt up some stuff. It is pretty hard now. Basically, instead of rolling it up, basically I'll just throw this on a generic base. I mean, stuff is really, really tough right now. But if you push it in there, it'll get in there pretty good. I got my bucket of parts here. Go down here, get some smaller pieces. It all depends. I mean, if you really want to make it look super perfect, you can do what you want. Me, I just don't really care that much because it's kind of just throw some pieces around. I mean, later on I might throw some glue in there depending on, you know, how I want it to look. But this is kind of just at the point of building it up. Generic base, just some parts. When you get to this point here, I mean, I might fill in with more pieces, but what you can do is go in here, kind of make it like a little bit of rocky and dirtiness, breaks it up a little bit. This is basically just a way of saving Avis, reusing it, having some fun. So, as you can see, it just started building up. So, next night that I have some extra stuff, we'll add some more. Alright guys, we're back with the finished generic base. Basically what happened was at night, I would always have a little tiny bit of Avis left, and I kept building and building and building, and I just forgot to take videos because by the end of the night I was dead tired, and sometimes I was working till like 12 or 1 o'clock. But this is basically what I came up with generic base. All I had to do was keep on adding in Avis, any kind of parts I had, whatever. I just kept throwing it all together. So as you can see, it's completely different from what you saw in the beginning. You know, I painted it all up, added the rocks, some grass, some really dirt browns. I didn't go with just you know, blacks and grays with it just like all dirty. This time I added color and stuff. And what I did is for the character, this is actually going to be for a Wonder Woman base. I figured let me try and do some like pillar type stuff that was broken up, maybe that you would see at you know, her Amazon area, Themyscira, or whatever you want to call it. You know, just a little bit of a fun with it. As you can see, it looks like there's a lot of A's and stuff that that I wasted, but actually there's a lot of broken pieces that are just underneath, and then the Avis is over on top of that. So it's not like I wasted a whole entire 2-pound thing of Avis. This is really not that much. Some parts are even hollow in areas, but that's what works out. It's just a way of, you know, giving you guys an idea that you don't have to waste the stuff because it is expensive, and there is ways of saving it. Maybe you don't want to make a generic base. Maybe you want to do something different where, you know, at the end of the night your Avis could be building up on like a random sculpt. You know, maybe you're working on a one-of-a-kind sculpt, and, you know, or, you know, you got a couple different statues and you burn through Avis and you don't have any extra. I'm just showing some ideas of what you can do. If you got hollow statues or hollow kits that you want to fill up but you haven't gotten to them yet, throw some Avis up in there. You got a broken statue or something not used anymore, smash it up, throw it in there, throw it in with Avis, so this way you give it more weight. Just giving you some ideas of what you can do, how things can work out. Hopefully you guys like the way this came out. Something simple but fun. So, we'll see you guys next time.